We begin this early edition of the News at 5 with breaking news out of Wilder. The FBI is conducting a court-authorized investigation at La Catedral Horse Arena. That is located east of Wilder at the intersection of Peckham Road and Rodeo Lane. We have team coverage for you this evening. Our Brenda Rodriguez and our Abby Wild are there live with the latest. We're first going to talk with Abby. Abby, what can you tell us about what unfolded this afternoon?
Morgan, right. So we got here at about 3:30, and since then, everyone has been moved out of the arena. You can see behind me just who all is here. We know that there is ICE here, the Department of Homeland Security, the Drug Enforcement Administration, Idaho State Police, and the Wilder Police Department at least. Idaho State Police also tells us that they are assisting with this FBI operation. Now, like you said, this is at the La Catedral Horse Arena. That's located on 27412 Peckham Road in Wilder. The Secretary of State's office business records show us that the arena is owned by Ivan Tellez. Court documents show that there was a criminal complaint against Tellez that was filed on October 15th. That complaint says Tellez has been involved with illegal horse racing. The documents state that in February of 2025, special agents of FBI Boise received a tip from someone concerning the horse racetrack that's located here on Peckham Road where we're at. And today, those witnesses tell me that a horse race was scheduled today, and around 2 p.m. is when the FBI started conducting that court-authorized operation here in Wilder. So I'm going to have Brenda hop in now. Brenda, I know you were here kind of when this was more unfolding. Can you tell us a little bit about what you saw?
Yeah, so I arrived at around like 3:15 when we were actually still able to get a little further into the horse racing area. The officers provided very little information, but they started arresting people and kind of corralling a group of people, and then it looked like zip ties is what they were using to arrest people. Again, these people were asking questions. Why were they being arrested? Things along those lines, but very little information was given to them. There's about 50 people that were held back at that time. And we heard Donahue there talk a little bit more about how they have to go through the processing in order for them to be released. There's kids in there, to my understanding, from what we're hearing outside from people around here, as little as 8 years old. Really, no information has been given to the family. People are concerned, waiting for their families to come out here. There's still a couple in there. But I also want to mention, through the processing phase that they're going through to release the people, they are checking documentation to see if they're here legally, which I actually did speak to someone who was detained, an undocumented individual inside of a van, who was explaining a little bit what she was going through at that time. There was a couple of other people being detained there. She was told that she was taken to Boise with no other information. She just knew that she was headed to Boise. She had been here for about 22 years, undocumented. Her family tells me, she also told me over the phone, that she had no criminal history, that is. So very little information, just a lot of worry of the people out here. They've been chanting, asking for their kids as well. But again, very little information that they've been given.
Right. Yeah, and like you saw, like Brenda just said, you can just see here exactly what is going on. A lot of family members are here. A lot of people came after they heard that this was going on here in Wilder. So this is still a very developing situation, and we'll send it back to you now.
Ladies, I really appreciate that. I also want to point out, in going through that criminal complaint, we did learn that Tellez does hold a conditional use permit from Canyon County to have horse racing at that facility. But agents confirmed, again, in those court records, that through Idaho State Racing Commission, he never applied for a license to conduct the specific type of betting that is alleged in this affidavit. And at the end of the day, it says Tellez's event permit application includes a letter from the Racing Commission specifically prohibiting that type of betting as well. Appreciate it, ladies. I know we will check in with you later on the news at 10 as well.